Edwin Sifuna goes for a funeral in Muranga and he talks about what happened in 2022.
Yeah.
And he says, you know, wewe Junet ulifanya this and the other.
Yeah.
And it's reported on social media.
Yeah.
And Mother Karua, through her ex account, says, say it louder.
Yeah.
Say
Let's say
louder,
we
Mother?
all want to hear. Spill the beans. Yeah.
Say it louder. Is it spill the beans or I co-sign? I agree with what you're saying.
No. Say it louder. Yeah, so that we all hear. I mean,
Okay, but do you agree with what
are
she
these
said?
confessions? I do not say that I know the origin of his whatever. But I know that Junet was entrusted by Baba with all things money. So I'm also interested to hear. Say more. Yeah. Yeah. One has a notion that things did not go right. But we've never dug to know what happened. So anybody with the information, let them spill it.
Okay, but you were there.
I was there. I wasn't in the room where they were doing the agents. All I know is that Baba entrusted literally almost everything to Janet. Yeah.
Yesterday we had Saitabao Olekanchori, Baba's chief agent, and he said more or less the same thing as Edwin Sifuna. That he had agents across the country.
And I have a problem accepting that all the principals were actually all sitting back.
Yeah.
You, Raila, Kalonzo, Uhuru, all of you who have experience in presidential campaigns, all sitting back as this rot was happening and you were unaware.
Let me tell you that when you go into a coalition 2.5 months to the campaign, you already have a house that is already built. Basically, the secretariat was run by ODM. Okay?
Yeah.
The joint secretariat. I had no problem with it. I deployed 1 or 2 people to go in there and support where Ms. Meso, who was the overall was. But let me tell you that the organization left a lot to be desired. As a coalition, we never fully discussed, analyzed. And the coalition, I left the coalition before we did that. Whether they ever got to do it, I don't know. But we analyzed right from the beginning, as NAC Kenya then, what went wrong, how our participation should have been, and what we shall not do if we ever enter a coalition again.
As we take the break, Martha, I just want to ask you a direct one.
The checklist.
Do you think ODM let down the coalition?
Let me say this. I don't want to blame any one party. I want to say we let ourselves down, because even though I was so busy campaigning, I too should have said I want to deploy in this and this place. In the committee dealing with the agents, in the whatever, I just also got comfortable with the campaign and with leaving the matters as they were. To that extent, I cannot just sit and blame one coalition partner. I think we left too much
on the table.
Yeah, we took too much for granted. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, hindsight is always 2020.
And then Bomas. Let's go to Bomas immediately. How do you tally for 7 days? You are manipulating. Every polling station has 700 voters and below. Some as low as 300, but let's take the average of 7. Counting must be within an hour or less. Tallying for that particular polling station, even if you give the whole process 2 hours, polling stations close at 6. By 9, counting should be done everywhere in the country. By 10, 11, we should be in the constituencies, which is the last place because there is no tallying at the county. When you relate to the national, by midnight or slightly before, we should know who is president. When you tally for 7 days, just because it is said, and I do not know how we wrote 7 days, when you do that way, you are giving room for manipulations, and hence the allegation of uploading, deleting, and re-uploading. There is no way. If you're an honest IEBC, you can tally the results for more than one night. I observed the last elections of Senegal that brought Sonko and Jumaye Faye.